So I just wanted to, mind you, I'm going to save a new file, but anyway, this is from yesterday. I don't know if it's going to be updated or not, but I expect Victoria at 60% double dose today. I was just too tired to get it up there, so that was yesterday's. I've done a colour coding now, so 50% is purple, and I've done a sort of purpley red, sort of a light pink for Victoria, because they're at 59.3 both doses, which is almost 60%, but they should be 60% today. So 60% is red, 70% is orangey colour, 90% is a light green, 80% is a light yellow, and 95 and above is blue. And then purple lilac is 100% when they get there. I was running out of colours because they added 95% to the chart. So, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, so New South Wales are opening in a very risky strategy. ACT are opening first phase at 8% double dosed rather than 70% double dosed. It looks like they're going to open the border to New South Wales when they get to 90% double dosed. I heard him say that they were going to open in December, so I don't know what that means. But, oh yeah, I think when they get to 90% double dosed, they're going to open the regional bubble. They're going to broaden the regional bubble. I was just too tired to record it all. So you can see a bit clearer now where everybody's up to. So you can see that Queensland, South Australia, WA and Northern Territory still haven't achieved 60% double dosed yet. But you can see that now Tasmania, Northern Territory, is the only one that hasn't achieved 70% first dose. And you can see that there's 2 states with 80, 3 states with 70, 1 state with 90, and 1 state with 90, above 95. And then in the double dosed, you've got 2 states in the 70s. Today there'll be 2 states in the 60s and 4 states in the 50s. So I don't know what else I was going to say, but I've put the proposed opening times, and it looks to me like all nations' borders, the nation's borders will open around Christmas time. Northern Territory look like they're going to open to the rest of the state in 61 days in December, which is before Christmas. It's like early mid-December. South Australia will be opening their borders on the 29th of November. So depending on what happens with New South Wales. Now the problem with New South Wales, this is what I wanted to say. They're saying only doubly vaccinated people can go out and drink beer and buy clothes and stuff like that. And it all sounds fantastic. It sounds so fantastic and cautious. Now here's the hitch. Let's say you're an adult of 40 or 30 and you're fully vaccinated, but your housemate or your partner is not fully vaccinated. Maybe they've had 1 vaccine, maybe they're an anti-vaxxer. Or maybe you're parents of 2 young children under 12, and you go out and you have your babysitter in who's not been vaccinated. You come back to her or him, your babysitter, you infect your under 12-year-olds who cannot be vaccinated. And you say, oh, well, that's all right. Under 12-year-olds don't really get seriously ill. Now, remember, New South Wales have all their schools open all at once in the first phase of schools open. The younger kids are all in all at the same time. So, they all go into school. They're infected with COVID. They infect, you know what, it's how viruses spread in schools. Everybody at school gets the virus. All those young kids, they all get it too. They take it back to their unvaccinated family homes and infect more people and kill people. That is why they're opening too early, and that's why I've got it in red as phase A, very unsafe opening. And then there's another problem. Let's say you're doubly vaccinated, but you just had your last vaccine today, but it shows on your app, I'm doubly vaccinated, I can go in this pub. Except it hasn't kicked in yet. You need 2 weeks for it to kick in and to be fully effective. So it's as if you've only really had one vaccine, but it shows you've had 2 vaccines, so I can go in the pub. So that's what's wrong with it, and it takes 2 weeks for it to be effective, and they're opening up, fully opening up at 80% in a week. It takes over a week for the lag of hospitalizations and sick people to take effect. So they're running to the next phase of this without waiting to see what the effects were. And these were the increased looseness of rules. So they had a cautious rule system, and he's made it more people gathering in the house. The house, restaurants, and gyms are some of the worst places. And swimming, you're not going to be wearing a mask. Swimming is allowed. Swimming should not be allowed. So that's why it's red and then a dark red. Very high risk opening. And maybe he'll get away with it. I mean, he was smiling. Oh, yes, there'll be more deaths. And he was smiling. The New South Wales ex-treasurer, the person who only cares about money, doesn't care about people dying. So, well, let's see how much fun you're all having. Oh, and then there's the other problem. The police could not possibly police all of the people that are out and check to see whether they're doubly dosed or not. They don't have the resources, the time, or the energy to do that. So there's going to be people out there that are going to be out. And now you've taken the genie out of that bowl. You're never going to get it back in. So I don't know how that will affect WA, because if WA sees that take off like crazy, and Victoria are opening up to as well, and in 3 weeks they're probably going to open up to New South Wales, who are rampant cases, possibly. So, and then you got to take into consideration there are pockets of New South Wales that haven't been vaccinated. People are going to go up into the regions and infect the regions. They did it. They already did it. So, I think it's a recipe for a disaster for the whole. The only people that are really safe are the ACT, because they're at 95% single dosed. So they've only got a small percentage to vaccinate. In 2 weeks, they're going to be 90% double dosed. And that's including 12-year-olds. So they'll be all right if everything goes to shit. But everybody else, especially Queensland, South Australia, West Australia, and Northern Territory, they're fucked if it gets in there. And their Northern Territory are letting flights through their state. I'm not sure when that happens, when that starts. But if they're not higher up in their vaccination rate by the time that happens, they're bloody idiots.